Marcus Rashford has been tipped to join Manchester United. Sorry. Marcus Rashford has been tipped to join Arsenal in there, and it's rumored that Arsenal is preparing a stunning bid to get him to the Conley in there. Welcome to Rokani Media, where you guys and where you're watching us from. It's a Sunday, and today we are really looking like we are really bringing you the story of Marcus Rashford. That's been making rounds in around all corners of the news of the football transfers in there, but we are here to break it down and who really brought this story into the news and what's the reason for Marcus Rashford wanting a move away from Manchester United and Arsenal also showing interest into this young lad at Manchester United in there. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Marcus Rashford has been having a very worst season at Manchester United. In 29 games, he has only started 10 this season at Manchester United. His very poor form has led to Southgate, the manager of the national team of England, drop him out of the squad of the national team that played against Switzerland, and they are going to play the other game, I think, on Tuesday against the side which goes by the names of Ivory Coast in Wembley. Marcus Rashford, because of his bad form, went ahead to clash with fans outside Old Trafford after that game of Manchester United and Atletico Madrid. Remember, Atletico Madrid knocked out Manchester United at Old Trafford in there for you. Fans were blaming Marcus Rashford that he didn't do enough to see to it that he saw United through in there. And Rokani has come out on several occasions and said that Marcus Rashford plays well on training, and it's now on him to really transform those performances, those elite performances on the training ground to the match, but that has failed in there because Rashford looks like he is not going to improve under Rokani because he has given him a lot of time. He has switched him to the right, he has switched him to the left, he has played him in the middle, and Marcus Rashford is not showing any signs of improving in there. So all this has really sparked rumors that Marcus Rashford might go to Arsenal in there because Arsenal are going to lose two players. After losing Aubameyang, they're going to lose Lacazette and Nketiah because Lacazette's contract is running out in June and Nketiah's contract is running out in June also. So those are the two center forwards that Arsenal are having in there for you. And when you look, they are going to go out for free, and Aubameyang went out for free. Even if Arsenal goes in and bring in a Nunes from Benfica at like £65 million, they'll need in another player to come in and cover up in there. And I really believe that Marcus Rashford will be an ideal signing, though it will be hard for Manchester United to release Marcus Rashford because it's always hard for Manchester United to release players that have been groomed from the academy and they are shining, because Marcus Rashford is one of the kind that came from the academy and he is making rounds all over social media and onto the pitch. Though this season he has failed. Remember, Marcus Rashford was the first player to score 20 consecutive goals in 2 seasons after Wayne Rooney. In the season of 2019-2020, Marcus Rashford scored 22 goals, and in the season of 2020-2021, he scored 21 goals in there. But this season, Marcus Rashford is not scoring goals. I don't know why, but he doesn't look like he's really so much eager to really perform onto the pitch. His body language is poor. When he comes onto the pitch, he doesn't really put up a fighting spirit in there, and I'm asking myself, what's wrong with Marcus Rashford, and what is that special thing that Mikel Arteta has seen in Marcus Rashford in there for you? I've had some people coming out and say that Marcus Rashford cannot play as a center forward for us, and I'm asking these people, you guys, did you see Marcus Rashford coming up? Did you see Marcus Rashford coming up? I really saw Marcus Rashford coming up at Manchester United in the game of the Europa League when Anton Martial was injured, Memphis Depay was injured, all the centre forwards that Manchester United had were injured, and Louis van Gaal trusted Marcus Rashford to come and lead the line, and guess what? He scored goals versus Midtjylland in there for you. Then the next game United was going to play was going to be against Arsenal. By the time Marcus Rashford was 16, and he led the line and he scored a brace against Arsenal, and United beat Arsenal by 3 goals to 2. The other game that United played was against Man City. Marcus Rashford led the line, and United won that game by 1-0. So Marcus Rashford has played as a centre forward before, and to me, I really believe that. However much I support Manchester United, I really believe that Marcus Rashford can be a very influential player at Arsenal in there, because when you look at Arsenal, Bukayo Saka doesn't get enough time to rest. You get, because they don't have very many players who can play that side in there. And when you look at the left hand side, they have Martinelli and Emile Smith-Rowe. Now, what happens to Arsenal if at all that centre forward they've signed, like Nunes, gets an injury? Because Arsenal looks like they're going to play to the Champions League. They're really going to be having very many games next season, close to 50 games. Arsenal is going to be involved into next season. So if at all you're going to play 50 games, you can't use one centre forward. That's out. That means Rashford can help you as a centre forward. He can help you as a left winger, or a left attacking forward, and a right attacking forward in there for you. In there, so to me, I really believe that Marcus Rashford will be a very good signing for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. But the big question comes in here: will Manchester United put him on sale? Because I don't believe Marcus Rashford can really live and play for Arsenal there for you. That only happens to these players that have not been at Manchester United and don't know the history between Manchester United and Arsenal in there for you. And when you look at Manchester United and Arsenal, which team is so much promising to come in and win a league or a trophy soon, I really believe that it's Manchester United, because Manchester United is just a good manager away, and two players, that is the CDM and the centre forward in there for you, to really get themselves back to winning ways of the trophy in there for you. But I really believe that next season Arsenal cannot come in and compete for the trophy. Arsenal is still building, because its squad is still thin, a thin squad, and the squad being thin, that does not really give you a chance to come in and stretch yourself to play into those 50 games in there for you. 38 league games, when you add on those of the Champions League group stages, those are 6 games, that's a 34. If at all Arsenal goes through to the round of 16, that is 36. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, they can total to 50 games a season. Trust me, they can total to 50 games a season. So if at all you cannot come out and do the needful into those games, then that means your squad is the only thing that can really come and give you a favor. So I really believe that if Marcus Rashford is to look on which side is very much placed to go in and challenge for a trophy, he will start Manchester United. If he feels like he wants to be part of a growing team like Arsenal that is having an amazing squad and an amazing talent, then he will go to a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. Because Arsenal, it's very easy for Marcus Rashford to get back his place at Arsenal. Very easy. I really believe that the directness of Marcus Rashford is far much needed by Mikel Arteta. However much Martinelli plays like that, but when Marcus Rashford lands onto that pitch and he's English and performs very well, and he is one of the wingers that has proven that he can come in and give you 20 goals a season, then I will believe the manager will go in and say, all right, let me go for Marcus Rashford ahead of Martinelli, Gabriel there for you. Because Marcus Rashford is a goal machine. Minus his selfishness that has really made him look poor onto the pitch, he is a goal machine. And if at all he comes in and scores those goals from that side, then there is no way Martinelli can come out and beat him, because every manager will like a wide forward who scores goals, and those goals will help Arsenal a lot. You see this season, it's those wide forwards in the names of Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe that have really banged in goals for Arsenal. Both have scored 9 goals in the Premier League this season for Arsenal, and they even have a chance to make it 20 goals entirely, because they are both tied at 12 goals this season. And in the remaining 9 games, are they 9? I think 10 games for Arsenal. I really believe they can go in and score in goals to make that tally. Each one just needs to score 8 goals, and you know how goals go into the back of the net at the end of the season, because it looks like every team is fighting for its place. So I really believe that Marcus Rashford to Arsenal will be a good deal, but my worry is, will Marcus Rashford sanction this deal to go and join Arsenal? Because the history between Manchester United and Arsenal can't allow a Manchester United player at the age of 24 to cross to that side, or your top player. Mikel Sylvester crossed from Manchester United to Arsenal in there because he was out. He was done. His career was done. You get? Then, a player who goes by the name Danny Welbeck I think he had no future at Manchester United, but a player like Marcus Rashford who has a future at Manchester United, I don't see how they allow him to cross to Arsenal in there for you. Guys, feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about Marcus Rashford, tipped to join Arsenal by Roy Pala. And before I sign out, Roy Pala has come out and said these words on Marcus Rashford. He has said Marcus Rashford is going through a bit of bad spell, but he's a top player. That is Roy Pala telling TalkSport. I'm sure lots of clubs will be inquiring about Marcus Rashford if he was available in the summer. Certainly Arsenal, I would love him to come to Arsenal. That's the position Arsenal need to look at this summer. It's vital for the club. It looks like Alexander Lacazette and Edin Ketia are heading out the door, but I hope they keep Lacazette for another year. He's really shown he cares about the club, and his effort has been excellent. He doesn't score enough goals, but the link-up play has been excellent. If Rashford is available, I don't think he would be because United would be mad to sell him. But if he's available, then Arsenal would definitely be interested there for you. So that's what Roy Pala has also come out and said about Marcus Rashford. I think they're the same thing that are really given up. Man United cannot give out Marcus Rashford. They cannot. I really believe that, because I really believe that they see him as one of those talents that is going to represent them for the next 7 years, because Marcus Rashford is just 24 years. And is still young. Your reactions to this story are welcome into the comment section below. I sign out.